Money, bruh. Money, bruh.
Rookie hazing, but it's just I don't know. That's one of those ones I don't think nobody wants to really talk about it.
I just know they was gonna gun him for her because what's her name? Reese. She was new.
Yeah.
She didn't get none of that clout.
Yeah, Carmen Brink either, you know. They not getting hit like that. But at the same time, I get that people are mad. It's like, yo, we've been doing this for years without the same level of like fame or money being brought to the sport.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, somebody has to break through that wall. People wasn't really getting paid like that before Jordan. So, I mean, it has to happen at some point.
That's so true. That's so true. What you going with today?
I'm gonna just keep the goatee and then take this down to a dark Caesar.
Okay. So what you think about the about Trump? Maybe if he'll be a felon. Yeah, he might. He's still gonna run.
Yeah, I heard that there's some type of basically legal loophole. So before sentencing, I guess the only way that it would stop him from running is if he served a day in jail. Mm-hmm. But he's going to be named the official nominee before the sentencing or something like that. So he's going to like kind of escape the situation. Yeah, I don't know.
That's just weird to me because so much felons can't do.
Right. Vote, be active military members, but yet we're about to have the commander-in-chief be convicted.
You know what I mean? Bruh. What is wrong with America, man?
Yeah.
Did you hear Japan giving out, they trying to give black men $75,000 each baby they have if they come over there and have a baby with a Japanese woman.
Was that substantiated? I know they started the app that the Tokyo government, which is kind of, I guess they have the same kind of issue like mainland China and Hong Kong, but they have a new dating app for their own citizens to like support them having more children. But I heard about that, but I didn't know that was like true, because Japanese culture is kind of crazy. They really don't like mixed kids. They give them hard times getting citizenship and immigrating. They just treat them like outsiders. So when I had heard that online, I didn't know if that was true or not.
I definitely seen it, one article when I looked it up, but I've definitely been hearing it a lot. I think as well as once you realize, because I guess they under extinction. That's what they say. I guess once you realize, you know what, we need some stronger genes. Right? You know, I'll take 75 grand.
Yeah.
Start me a business here and there. one barbershop here, one there. Going back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't a whole bunch of cultural problems, I could see a lot of people being into that.
Yeah, because you're always gonna be the outsider anywhere else you go.
Yep.
You know, you want to be just not from there.
Yeah.
Like, you know why you're here, appreciate it, but you're still on the outside.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question though.
Yep.
Do we have any black businesses?
What do you mean?
Black businesses, like just.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. So some people would say that the black man gets nothing unless he sees a white man first. You know what I mean? If you don't have capital and there aren't people in your community that can lend capital, and you have to always go to one of them and pay back with interest, then are there really any black businesses? I mean, I've heard it from that point of view, but then, yeah, like I'm in one right now, and when I leave, I'm going to another one. So it's like, I mean...
You're in a black business right now?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, even though...
Who was that?
I mean, are you not the proprietor?
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah.
No, man, I'm talking about something big, like...
Oh, like...
Something that you can hire people. Yeah,
like a Walmart or a Target
No. This is what I'm saying. Every time I ask that question, I say, other than a barbershop and a beauty salon. Okay. Other than those two.
Yeah. Again, but do we get to keep solely the money? No.
Yeah, but even if we don't, name me a few.
Okay.
I guess I'm not talking about the so-called soul food restaurant.
Okay. Like a BET?
That's owned by Viacom.
Now, I mean, but
yeah.
What's the hotel chain that used to be before it became Hilton? What, Howard Johnson's?
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. Because what happened is I came to that conclusion because I had a client, and he's like, man, we just got to stick together and start supporting black businesses. And I said, well, do we have any, though?
Yeah, no, not on the level of... I don't think so. I'm really racking my brain on something where we could use solely them. I don't think so. Yeah, we don't have, a black Walmart or something of that nature. But do any other communities have that? I mean, other than local chains?
Yeah, but it's like somebody owns solo salons.
Yeah.
He's not a black person. I'm looking out. There's 2 Asian restaurants. There's 3. When we go around here, there's a Chinese food restaurant. There's Mr. Tokyo. Yeah. There's the Poke Bowl place. Even the chain restaurants that's there.
Well, those are probably owned by, parent companies.
I get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think when you talk about truly spending within the black community, yeah, the opportunities are far and few. You're dealing with, beauty salons, soul food restaurants, because again, when you're talking about a group of people that have never had a chance to really amass wealth, we don't lend. We don't have banks that are solely ours. We don't lend within the community. So there's always going to be a certain amount, I guess, of seepage outside of it, whether it's you renting this booth from Solar Salons or someone's getting their own building, whether you went to a bank and got your own building but then still had to pay back to Bank of America, which isn't, or Wells Fargo, even worse, that isn't an institution that really supports us.
Right.
So it just is what it is.
Yeah, it's tough. So are we, since that's being said, because I was just having this pro-black conversation, it's almost seems far-fetched to be really like pro-black when we don't have an infrastructure. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, but that's by design. Is it not? I think anytime we organize anything, it's either destroyed or, I mean,
let me say this, because there's 2 posts, right? I've got some crazy reactions on Instagram. There's one was this ring cam. One was a ring cam. They picked up a shootout in the neighborhood, of course, black neighborhood. And then the second one was, well, anyway, what I keep posting on these, it was 2 shootouts, pretty much. And I say, well, how come this don't happen in the white neighborhood?
Yeah,
and
but that's socioeconomics. Those are, you're looking at people that have resources not competing for them. That's what you're looking at. That's why their neighborhoods appear peaceful and tranquil and calm, as opposed to you looking at someone who was probably born in an underserved hospital, went to underserved schools, and then became a product of the environment that they were placed in. I don't know.
Now let me say this to that though, because everybody say that same thing. But what I'm coming to is the fact that the world don't really care about our excuses. Like they don't see it. They don't see it. Like,
I agree with that 100%.
Like I put it like there's a few things I understand. If a baby cries, you run and help him.
Right.
Get him, pick him up, blah blah blah. So the cry part is far-fetched. There is no, because you're just gonna constantly, because everybody, I ain't in no shootouts.
Right.
And I don't want to be constantly looked at as if, and of course I'm from that environment, but at the same time, like last week, just even last week.
Okay.
I went and got a sandwich. White lady pulls next to me. She gets out of the car, and then she realized I'm sitting in my car eating my
Triple click them locks.
No, she moved her whole car.
Oh,
even
wow.
farther from where she was intended to go.
Yeah.
And had to walk even farther. And it's like was it the sunglasses?
But again, that's when I say stuff like that is by design. I mean, if you look at the statistics, they committing crimes at about the same clip. Yes, we are a smaller percentage of the population, so we're overrepresented. But I mean, and also the verbiage and the way that the news reports stuff. When one of us shoots up something, it's a thug. When one of them shoots up, it's a misunderstood lone wolf. Like, it's it's in the way that people are being programmed to think.
That's true too. I just and of course we know that it's true. It's just the rest of the world don't see that, don't understand that. And so I'm dying for a solution. You know what I'm saying? Because when we look at that financial list and we last on the list and stuff like that, it really represents where the focus is at. At some point in time, everybody's got to be on social media seeing this stuff and waking up and saying, you know what? No, I can't slide on the house. Nah, I gotta change. Like, nah, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, but I think once you become a part of an institutionalized mindset, it's easier said than done. A lot of people, whether they view themselves as victims or not, don't see a pathway towards change. So therefore they don't care. They just do what they know,
Yeah.
I think most people can feel themselves becoming susceptible to that at one point or another in time. Like, I know I went through a point in my life where I kind of stopped trying. Like, I was like, yo, I'm good. I got this job. I can afford this little basic ass apartment. Like, I'm good. So because the system is not designed for somebody like me to achieve much more. Honestly, I should be in jail or dead. So like,
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a big issue to wrap your head around. No, I sit with it all the time because there has to be a change though, for real. Like, you can't just, the rest of the world don't care. India is at the top of our society. Right under them is Asian. Whites are actually in the middle. Then they got Hispanics above us now, and then us. So it's like, there's a certain point we gotta help
each other
ourselves,
organize or spend the dollar within the community
but that's the point. They want it already made before we spend the dollar in our community. We have to make the businesses first,
right?
And it's like we have to come together, man. It's like there's no way around that. Like, but we're not doing it.
Yeah,
we're not. We ain't doing that.
No, but I think everybody can't be saved. You know what I mean? There's a certain portion of the black community that we probably can't do nothing for at this point.
That's true.
Like, if you choosing that, then that is what it is. Even if if you know it's a trap and you understand all of the problems that have that permeate our community or that have brought you to this place, and you still choose to do nothing to do about it, then that's
exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of that led to me leaving the barbershop is because it's like, bro, why are you trying to fight with me? Like, why are you, like, when did I thought we was at the point where, you know what I'm saying? Because now I get in, I've seen it. I've seen it. 2 barbers crash out, you know what I mean? And they don't work there no more. One go to jail or something. And it's like, bro, why would you put me in a position to have to crash out with you because you feel some type of way or
about my thoughts or opinions
or whatever happened?
Nah, it's not. Like, it's not about being like an Uncle Tom or tap dancing or any of that. I mean, but some people but again, that can be said about the white community too. Some people have every last opportunity and still choose to do other things. So
that's true.
Why do we get the scrutiny for it?
That's true. Yeah, because we've seen so much of it from us. Like, yeah, and you know, like we know this media and stuff, they paint us in a certain way, and you get that, you know what I mean? But man, like I was thinking this the other day, if the police, like if we all stop doing crime, period, would the police have to like start making up stuff?
No. Yes. Yeah, I 100% believe that would happen because they don't pick and choose now.
Yeah, dude, they would have to start making up stuff because, like, damn.
Yeah, but I believe we would still have. That's when you start getting into, you know, systemic and cultural bias. Like, we would still have issues. I'm not delusional enough to think that because they don't pick and choose now. They all just like the lady that moved her car. They put us all in one category as it is.
And see, and that's the biggest point I'm getting at is because nobody's going to separate us. Well, maybe this one isn't like that one, or you know what I'm saying. I'm clean cut, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I can have a blazer on, and it's still like sometimes it's like
certain environments you can tell instantly when you step through the door you're not wanted. Yeah, that's everybody. Or you have to speak and then be like complimented for being a functional adult. Like, oh my God, you work here, or you articulate yourself like this? Like, what do you mean? Why did you expect anything less?
You've obviously felt that too. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
People, I've approached different ethnic groups, and everybody gets silent.
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop.
Yep. I mean, or the same, even here, specifically.
Their heartbeat stop.
Specifically in the South too. If you interact with older folks, and it's like, you get this almost, you're one of the good ones kind of reaction.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like.
Absolutely. But another thing is, it's like, you ain't seen none of the bad ones.
Right.
I mean,
you saw them on the 6 o'clock news, but you haven't. You ain't lived it.
Yeah, absolutely. They ain't in your neighborhood. We don't, because you got to really think about it. Like, we only robbing and killing in our own neighborhood.
Yeah. And again, I would say that goes back to how things are portrayed, you know.
Right.
When somebody does step out of our neighborhood and do something outlandish, that's what's ran on like a Fox News 24/7 for the next 6 months, you know.
Especially Fox News.
Yeah.
They got to quit. Tell Fox News to stop it, man. Because nobody understands though what we're saying, because like the guy online, he like, you ain't seen a Klansman, I ain't seen a Klansman, and I wanted to jump through that thing and choke him so bad.
Maybe not with the hood on.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he left at home when that day.
That's because they don't got no hoods no more.
Yeah, like, what do you?
Let's be real.
Yeah, you bugging.
But it's the perception.
Yeah.
And but I'll say this too. I do see people talk to each other in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, right, even right here, Mr. Tokyo, passing out business cards one day. Black dude, he was a manager over there, come out. And he made a comment like, he said, man, he said, like, white people don't like our, I keep forgetting like how exactly he said it, but what he was alluding to was we have a certain way of speaking. Like, we're not just like bubbly. I don't feel the need to reassure you that I'm some
safe,
educated person. That I don't have to be like, my ego isn't
based on my self-worth doesn't come from your perception of me.
You know, so he was like, man, they don't like the way, you know, we don't just like, we're not just like that. And I'm like, and so what I said to him, I said, that's racist. I said, you know why? Because I said, what if English isn't my first language? You know, what if I don't come from the same background you come from? Mm-hmm. Which was a great answer, but at the same time, it's just weird to me that you could think that we all supposed to sound the same, talk the same, and if not,
then you're out of the good ones category.
You're out of the good ones. You're just not as smart,
right? And
it's like, no,
conformity, right? But when how can you have conformity in a multicultural society? That doesn't really make sense. We're all everything but that's the hypocrisy of America. You know, everything that we're founded on, there's an opposite to it. You know. So we're supposed to love and accept everyone in a nation founded on immigrants, but we can't find a way for people down in Latin America legally immigrate. Like, you know, it's just
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I started off with the felony president. Because if you was a felon, you were convict. That was
right. Once you got the scarlet F on your chest, but now he could be the president.
Come on now.
Yeah.
But
we know these things. But just like how people in our community won't accept certain facts, there's people in other communities that don't accept certain facts either. I mean, try explaining to someone that they have an advantage or that there's an inherent bias against others in society. They're not trying to hear that. They're trying to believe they work just as hard as you to get to the same place.
That's true. That's true. I happen to be a person. I like white folks.
Okay.
I got plenty of white friends.
I don't like where this is going.
Why you say that?
Nah, it just sounds like something you hear from them before they do something or say something crazy.
Nah.
I have plenty of, this is like a work conversation.
They should.
I have plenty of black friends, but when they started kneeling in the NFL, it's like, all right, let me get away from this water cooler real quick.
No, I was going to say this. One of my white friends came in, get a haircut, and we was talking about something about childhood. I've only known him since maybe like out of high school.
Okay.
Because I didn't grow up here, but
yeah.
I said to him, I said, nah, man, I wasn't privileged to have that. And it was the word privilege that I realized set him back a second. I was like, dude, I wasn't talking about white privilege. I'm just saying I didn't have the privilege of having or whatever it was that you're saying that you were doing. He's like, I didn't have privilege either. I'm like, you can't even speak in America no more. You can't. Everybody's sensitive. Everybody is so super sensitive, bro. Yeah. I'm like, bro, that's not what I'm talking about. And so I had to explain that to him. And then I had a Mexican friend come in, right? And he brought his brother with him. And so I'm 36 years old.
Okay.
So when I was growing up in Pennsylvania, two things I could do if I needed money. I could mow lawns, or I could grab that snow. We actually had a snow plow. Mm-hmm. So I was definitely privileged to have a snow plow at a young age. So most people didn't have one. You see what I'm saying? And so I could go around with my snow plow, charging $10 to get people out their driveways and off the street. Mm-hmm. So he say to his older brother something about something they was talking about. He said, man, I don't have money for that. And I said, bro, you better bust out that lawnmower. And his brother say, why you telling him bust out a lawnmower? Because he Mexican? And I laughed. I laughed.
Yeah,
like,
not like that. Like, yeah, what happened to that just being the way that kids earn money?
They don't.
Yeah.
There's not even a thing.
Right.
I think a kid, and I think about it. I don't remember the last time I ever seen a kid mowing some lawn.
Mm-hmm.
That is not even a thing no more. Man, I was young, had to mow the whole lawn, all of it.
Yeah.
And get the weed eater.
Yeah.
It might, if it took the whole day, that's what it did. You wouldn't get back to that video game if you weren't finished. I know that much. So it's the sensitivity for me. And I think that sensitivity right there is why we're gonna lack real conversation.
Oh yeah,
real conversation.
You say that it stops all dialogue. Yeah, because now you have to take into account everybody's feelings. But I mean, where do you draw the line, though? Right? Like,
because it has to happen. Like if the only way, because we used to have summits. I remember we used to have these summits. We used to talk to each other. I haven't seen a summit in so long. And I know that ain't the answer, but the only way to have, because like, I remember George Floyd, right? Was going out in the street, going crazy. Some people don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear nothing. If it ain't black, it's on and popping. You know, it's like, wait a minute now. We need this plan, plot. What a killer might say? Plan, something, mobilize, strategize.
yeah,
we far from that.
No. Nor do I think we'll see it emerge anytime soon. I mean, this is where you kind of cross the line from things that are factual into speculation, but I don't think we'll ever see true leadership because that the system doesn't need that from us. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need us organized, and the system is designed to thrive off of our chaos. When we're not, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to put it. But when we're not spending effectively, they're generating money. So why would I ever want, even if there is a guy right now, maybe brilliant, PhD, you know, has an idea on everything that the black community needs to do you think he's going to be the first thing on your Explorer page? Like, the system, the algorithms are not going to allow that to manifest.
But we got to know better than that. We can't use no algorithm. We can't.
Yeah.
You know, it has. Yeah, man, that's deep. Yeah, because what we do? Because we know we can't use the tools that are already here.
They'll never put the next Martin in front of a camera. Like,
why? That's done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's done. You see what they did to Kaepernick?
Yeah, right.
It's a wrap for that. Martin? Shit. You got 19 keys, but you know. Some people getting away with stuff like Dr. Umar.
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Do you take him seriously?
No,
at this point, he's just a social media presence.
He an agent.
Yeah,
no, he a whole agent.
Some of the things he says are just outlandish.
My thing is, you can't. I don't care if you're a psychologist. If relationship hasn't worked for you, you can't tell other people about relationship.
Yeah.
It would be working for you. It's like a marriage counselor that ain't married. Like,
a single dating coach.
What the heck is, you know? So I don't deal with him on that. I was just telling my friend though, also, like, it's like this. When I see the Candace Owenses, the Kanye Wests, the Charleston Whites. Remember, Charleston White said, I spent all this time trying to help and educate the people, and they didn't get me nowhere.
Yeah.
And now I am where I'm at. Now I am where I am because I brought the chaos and the craziness.
Yeah, but then that means that wasn't really your intentional goal. You were seeking fame and found it, you know, through other means.
Yeah, but should he have just been broken dry and out the, you know what I'm saying, hang out the dry just because he was trying to do the right thing though? You know what I mean? Because it's like I can't really blame him at the end of the day. like even the rappers that sell out, like Sexy Red and stuff.
Oh my God!
You know she's sold out because
Yeah.
you rapping destruction.
Yeah.
But at the same
and being
time,
marketing to kids, like, why is she in the WWE? Like, I'm like, what is?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, should she just be some broke black woman on the?
I mean, it all depends on what your soul is worth. I don't think I could do no shit like that.
Because you know they've all done it. Megan Thee Stallion, like if you're that's my thing. If you're selling twerking,
Yeah.
you're an agent on the wrong side.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
But I don't know if
should they just be
Yeah. Well,
in the hood broken and baby daddies and whatever that's to succumb to us because
yeah.
we don't have the leadership? Like,
I don't know. Again, I think it falls on that person's personality. If they're even aware of what they're selling.
even if you are, because like Nori on Drink Chance, he always say DMX came on and said that he'll never call another whack rapper a whack rapper because every one whack rapper is feeding 16 families.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm alluding to, is because at the end of the day, you might not can rap, but now you able to, so you're on the microphone saying some BS basically,
Right.
but it's selling because the hook is catchy or the beat was good.
Or, I mean, they're using it. I don't know. I think
I ain't with no drill rapper. Like
Yeah.
you all out killing. You rapping about killing. You smoking on the ops. Like you talking about a dead man. You smoking on him.
Yeah, I hear
So-
that from a lot of the female perspective. It's like, how can you call this ignorant, but then put on a drill track? So I guess you just got to let everybody make their money and then pick and choose what you are a subscriber to. You know?
I'm a fan of hip hop, like real rap, right? But at a certain point, now I don't know if I agree with this, but Steve Harvey's told Monique when she went on his show and argued with him. He said the best thing you could do for broke people is to not be one of them. I don't necessarily agree with that, because if you ain't employing other people, if you ain't bringing them up, then you still ain't doing nothing.
Right.
But I kind of feel also like you can't sit at the bottom, bro. I don't care how much pride you got in your people, how much loyalty you got. If we have not band together, we have not taken the reins by ourselves, to control of the reins ourselves, you can't sit here. You have to join the other side.
Right.
You could call that Uncle Tom.
Or selling out or whatever.
You can call that what you want to call.
I mean, I guess as long as you do it in a respectable way,
Okay.
is
I like that.
You know what I mean? If you have to step on people that look like you to achieve something, then I'm not with that.
That's not it.
Or if you have to make people that look like you look like fools, then I'm probably not with that either.
See, that's full circle to when I said, are there any black businesses though? Because you're gonna have to join that other side. You see what I'm saying? Like my friend, he just got fired from his job, and he was like, they just didn't want to hire a black guy. I said, but if you was a Wayne Brady black guy,
Yeah.
you know exactly what I'm saying when I say that.
I know. One of the ones that make them feel safe. There's not enough tone in the voice.
You see what I'm saying?
They work hard to make sure that nothing that could even be perceived as street or threatening is ever said, you know. But I mean,
Is that where we at though? Would you suggest that for all of us?
No, absolutely not.
Well, why not?
I think it may take you much longer to achieve your goals, but I just believe in being true to who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yeah, there's definitely two ways to it.
And I think they also can tell when that's an act and it's not really you.
Not really you. Yeah, because that's probably because Wayne Brady. That's probably who he is.
Yes. Yeah, and that's okay.
And they only hire those types like Don Lemon.
Right.
I didn't know he was gay.
Right.
I thought like
no,
that's all he grew up around. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, I've been new." I've never followed him like that to know. I've seen him here and there.
Yeah.
But I've heard he's not the only person I've heard that sounds like that.
Right.
You know, like I've met tons of black women that they sound like white women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all she is around. That's where she grew up. So I'm thinking even like,
and does that make her any less black? But then that's when you get into a whole nother conversation of what is blackness. Because if the culture is associated with ignorance and violence and all of that, then who wants to be a part of that to begin with?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I'm gonna get into. Thank you. See, people be misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like when I told you about the Instagram comments. Well, it's not happening in the white community. Oh, why we gotta compare to other people? Because that's what they do to us.
Right. We
compare. That's. What do you think the census is for? Stuff like that. Everything is comparison. Why do you think they come out with the financial list and who's leading it? Everything is comparison, bruh.
Yeah.
We can't be. If you got to join the other side, we can't stay in the hood.
No.
Like we can't stay there, bruh.
Yeah.
People want us to stay there, man. The hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, no, we can't. We did that already.
Yeah.
It's time to go. We got to get out of that. I want my kids nerdy. I want them talking proper and shit. No.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We have got to go. I love my people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna move. If I had the chance, we'd all move to Valentine. We'd all.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stay there.
Yeah, no. I get that. You had the choice between Betty's Ford and Valentine.
You moved to Valentine. Like,
yeah.
There's a certain you'd have on a little something different too.
Yeah.
Get a little couple money. You start wearing Birkenstocks and got the little hat on. Man, come on. Like, we gotta stop. Yeah. We gotta stop playing. Like, so at a certain point, we gotta assimilate. I'm not saying
right without changing who you are entirely as a person.
Well, if who I am entirely as a person is some thug, then yeah, change that shit. Like, I can't, like...
Yeah, I can't be in the corporate world threatening people. I got
If I was, that's all I'm from.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Black gotta mean so much more.
Right.
Than just cookouts and... What up? It's talking crazy. You know, the guy was on, I've seen this on Instagram, this guy was on the basketball court. He actually fouled the other guy. But he got mad and was like, well, I'm ready to die about it. I'm ready to die. Like, at some point, we got that shit.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's that portion of people that you ain't gonna be able to do nothing for. Yeah. Like,
I'm ready to die about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh. Like, when did we get out of that?
Yeah.
Like, that's so...
However, whatever statistic, I don't know how you could, quantify that, but let's say that's 5% of us. Then that's just 5% of us that have been... Now, we could talk about how you come to that, you know what I mean? But through societal factors have decided that that's where they want to stay, and you got to allow that. There's nothing you can really do.
You can have money and be like that. I think it's a men's state of mind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every so often you see, every couple of years somebody comes out as a rapper or whatever, has a hit record, and throws it all away over some stupid shit, So
I seen, because working in the barbershop most of my life, I've seen the D-boys and stuff come through in barns and shit. Like, wow, damn.
Yeah.
But they still, they're still on that.
Yeah.
So it's like, man. You know what you could be doing right now?
Right. If you clean that up and move away from it, if you can, yeah.
It's really a mindset.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Certain percentage of people are trapped, but that's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same in the white community.
Oh yeah, they ain't but one slot ahead of us.
Yeah.
There's more. White homeless people on the corner begging for change than black people.
Right. And out to me, on my point of view, I mean, granted, I don't know that person's story of life, but I'm looking, I'm like, yo, you have a society that prefers you. They'd rather see you with a job than me, or rather give you preferential treatment on credit scores, or whatever this case may be. How do you wind up here? You know?
But that's my biggest argument. This is why I started off with, is there any black business? Because it ain't about them.
No.
We always, it ain't about them. It ain't. And there was a guy online talking about this. It's always, while everybody else is falling behind the foreign nations, they're always pinning black folks against white folks. It ain't about y'all.
Yeah.
My issue is why we not doing it for us. Oh, the white man, the hell with that.
I mean,
I'm done with that. That whole is tired.
Yeah.
It's tired now. And because here's my deal. The average white man can't bomb Wall Street, Black Wall Street.
Right.
You ain't had that. He ain't had that power.
No.
I don't know why y'all give him so much power. He got to get up, go to work, and provide for little Susie, like everybody else got to do. He ain't got the. That wasn't him.
Right.
That was not him.
Right. But I mean, okay. On the flip side of that coin, if he can decide whether or not you get that promotion, in 90% of cases,
that's different. Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's still.
That's different. That is different. And he been conditioned.
Yeah.
He definitely been conditioned. And then he does still benefit off of white privilege.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how do you can't fix this at this point. I think the only thing you can really do is withdraw and build your own. But is anybody trying to do that? Like what you're saying?
No, heck no. Because where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Because this chaos is going crazy all around the world.
And then where are you going to go with no capital? If you have to always see. That's why people keep saying, "Oh, the white man." It's not. No, nobody's blaming like Joe at the gas station. But like,
that's
what I mean. But like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what gets on my nerves the most. I'm like, who? Josh?
Yeah,
Josh that works in Walmart.
Yeah, like he has nothing to do with that. Well, I mean, his political beliefs might.
Well, he don't. Listen, that's the whole. Because I don't believe in that whole political crap. I think that's the hoax anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, where that space right now that we're in of nothingness is where we're at as a culture. Just can't figure it out.
But through years of setbacks, again, when you cross the whole line of what you can prove and what you know, is it drugs and guns being flooded into our community that cause these kinds of issues, or are we just some naturally barbaric people? Which I know you don't believe that. Like, so
no, that's conditioning for real.
Yeah, it's in the music, it's in the culture, it's in the resources that we've been given.
Absolutely.
And all of that comes from, maybe not Josh at the store at Walmart, but it comes from the record exec, Josh, the record exec. Like,
but this guy was just saying earlier, he's like, man, Rockefeller and the Vanderbilts and all these, they own all the record companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was their goal anyway, to be on top of the world. And I think we was a number one target in the first place because we were thriving so high once upon a time. And it's like, nah, we got to be above that. So now here we are, centuries later. Don't even remember. And it was written that they won't even remember how great they were. That was written, and it's true now. Now we're here. Prophecy has been fulfilled. We don't remember how great we were because all that information has been destroyed and taken. But that was definitely prophesied. Or just in the plan.
I mean, I'll even take it a step further with the whole race relations thing. I think most people are convinced, Lyndon B. Johnson, right? If you can convince the lowest white man, he's better than but are convinced that it's a racial thing. I mean, I think it is to a certain extent, but I really think it's just have and have nots issue. But as long as you can play multiple groups against one of each other, they'll never get on the same page about that.
That's true too. That's true too. Because
I mean,
you
your
can
money
have-
no less green than mine. You know what I mean? If inflation hitting you the same way it's hitting me, then what policies are getting us to this point?
They've been conditioned to like I can have and move in their neighborhood, and I don't mean they gonna like it.
Yeah.
And we see that all the time. Because even when I'm doing the delivery, and I hate going into these out here to these rich neighborhoods. I can't stand it because I know as soon as I pull in, you know, everybody walking their dog.
Stop and watch you drive down the block.
Man, looking.
Yeah.
Man, I'm here to drop something off, not pick nothing up. I ain't finna take nothing.
Yeah.
Just want to do my delivery. No, it sucks though.
Yeah, I don't have all the answers.
Yeah, it's tough. And that's the thing. Nobody got them. Nobody's got the answers. No, not even the heads. The most our spokespeople. You know, like what has Al Sharpton done for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, dude, why do you keep getting up there? Get off the podium. That's what we got to start keeping it real with someone. Sit down. Sharpton, sit down, Sharpton.
Yeah.
You ain't done a goddamn thing. Martin, like, what you think all that marching with Martin Luther King was supposed? You supposed to fulfill that stuff.
Yeah.
Supposed to. Even Farrakhan, like, nigga, we got all them speeches and shit.
Yeah.
I'm done with them speeches.
Where's the action?
Where's the action? We need the plan. Okay, where's the plan?
Right. But in that,
we need to come together. Okay.
Yeah. In that, there's always the corruption of people trying to make themselves rich.
I think we need to try it, and if it happens, we need to put it out there. Look, we did try to start the bank. They're stopping us. They're stopping. Like, we need to, because there's enough money. Our rich, we got a lot of rich. We got, and that's another thing. I think that us last on that list was another is a lie, because we got the highest paid athletes. We've had years of the highest paid actors.
Nah, I think when you look at generational wealth, you know what I mean?
That's so true, though. I do say that too, though.
Then even that joke, Chris Rock made this joke, 20 years ago at this point. You know who's my next door neighbor? A regular Yankee or two-foul dentist. I had to become Chris Rock to move next to, you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Those guys, LeBron's living next to a real estate investor that has had that money since however, I'm sure, you know.
That's so true. That's so true. That don't even make sense. We just learning that concept.
Yeah.
I've been 36 years old. I never heard generational wealth ever until I was at least like 34.
Yeah.
Like, that's new stuff to us. And I had a Arab lady. She said, I don't understand why you going through what you be going through. I'm not even from here. You from here.
Yeah.
It hit me. I said, wow, that's powerful. I'm from here. God almighty.
To that, I would say America is the only country that everybody gets an asterisk. Who do we think of when we think Americans?
Yeah, people are desensitized.
We're African American. She's an Arab American, Latino American. Until we can kind of, I know that's a Republican talking point, but it's like, it's valid. You know, we're the only people that get an asterisk. We're not just Americans.
That's so true. I think the world, what it is, coming down to in this conversation, is that the world just got to give us some grace, man. You got to sit back. You don't understand. That's what they're going to have to do. You don't understand. You heard the stories. You got to sit back and chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta just, because we done went through some stuff.
Right.
We done went through some stuff and still going through it. The biggest thing is, if you see a young brother and he don't look like he doing right, like the guy pulled up on these kids. They obviously stole a car. And he pulled his window down. He said, hey, man. The car was packed full of He said, man, you look like you 12 years old. He said, man, take them people their car back, man. Take them people. And the kid was standing out the sunroof. He said, oh, snap. And some other kid, he was like, oh, that's the ops. And they pulled off and the other car came up and was chasing them.
Yeah.
But that's what we gotta do. Take them people their car back, man.
Yeah. I guess more self accountability. It would
We
never hurt.
We gotta step in.
Yeah.
We gotta step in because y'all look crazy.
Money, bruh.